Hello, Aquarius. Welcome. I hope everyone is doing well. Today we are doing your love reading. Let's get started with your oracles. Love messages for Aquarius. Have expressed your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. On the bottom is let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. All right, let's get the handmade cards. Love messages for Aquarius. You have wants what you have. Getting your blessings. And emotional fulfillment. The bottom is birthday. Aquarius. So there could be something to do with a birthday in this situation. Once what you have, getting your blessings and emotional fulfillment. Seems like whoever's dealing with this is getting what they want. This is indicating like jealousy. Someone's jealous that you're getting what you want. Birthday can be like, it's like wish fulfillment. It's indicating here there's some sort of fulfillment or blessings. So let's get the love situations. We're going to get 3 of these for more context. Love messages for Aquarius. Addiction, bad habits, addicted to sex, drinking, etc. Destructive behavior. Hypnotized, captured by love, hard to resist, seduced, undivided attention. And true love, experiencing wholeness, unconditional love, long lasting bond. And on the bottom is children. Children involved, using child as a pawn, staying for the kids. So there could be children involved here, but this is showing up like someone is, it looks like someone on the outside is jealous of the one who's dealing with this relationship. It, with these 2 cards, it feels almost to me like some kind of obsession that someone has. There's a lot of, it's toxic emotions. Um like envy. But it's a feeling to me like it's a feeling of this person being almost mad because someone else has something that they don't have. And it seems like that's in the form of a relationship or a good relationship, a happy, loving relationship. Okay, so let's get started with the tarot. We're going to start with the overall energy. Tell me about the overall energy for Aquarius. Three of Pentacles. Yep. Once again, 3 people involved. See in this card how these 2 people are doing this together, and this one's kind of off doing something to theirself. This could also be a situation where the one dealing with this has found new love, and there could be like a friend or a family member that is jealous that the one dealing with this is giving their time to someone else. There's like it seems like there's some kind of attachment issues here, or like I said, envy, something like that. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and the 2 of Swords. On the bottom is the Star in reverse. Needing to make a decision. Three of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Swords. Yeah, Seven of Wands in reverse, Ten of Cups in reverse, and the World. Things are changing. This third person, what I feel like is happening here is there, in regards to the one dealing with this, there was a closeness with this third person. This is either like a friend or a family member. I mean, it could be like a coworker, but I feel like this is more like before a love interest come into the picture. It was just whoever's dealing with this and this third person. And now things are changing. And I feel like this third person does not like the way that things are changing. And there's jealousy or envy here that the one that's dealing with this is happy with someone else. This person has some kind of attachment issues, I feel. They feel like the one dealing with this has broken a promise. Like, and I don't feel like the one dealing with this is doing this intentionally. It's things are just changing. But I think the third person feels abandoned. Seven of Wands in reverse, Ten of Cups in reverse, the World. There's I don't necessarily mean this in a like sexual or romantic way, but there's some kind of infatuation or obsession. uh, and it's not like creepy, scary. It's um there's a feeling of possessiveness with this third person. And I mean, this could be opposite sex, opposite genders, like male, female. You know, the one dealing with this could be male, female. I feel like this is more of a same gender situation, like two females. I mean, it could be two males. Um, but this third person is feeling like the one dealing with this has abandoned them and has broken some sort of promise. Like, um, and it's the thing about it is for the one dealing with this, it's not that deep, but it is for the third person. Magician, did I shuffle these? Did I shuffle these? Okay. Magician, the moon. There's confusion. Yeah, you broke your prompt. Okay, so okay, Eight of Swords in reverse. The issue here is this third person is having a hard time adjusting or adapting to the fact that things are changing. Um, I feel like this person, once they found their own love interest, this wouldn't be as serious. But right now, they're feeling. I keep hearing the word abandoned. They're feeling like the other person. You just you find a new love interest and then you just leave me high and dry. You just leave me to myself. That's the feeling here from the third person. Like I said, for the one dealing with this, it's not that deep. And I don't think the person dealing with this has necessarily abandoned the other. It's just that things have changed. The way I'm seeing this is the third person wants all of the person who's dealing with this is time. And the way they're looking at it is not really realistic, but it feels to me like they're having a hard time with this change. This feels to me like a friend. Like I said, it could be a family member, it could be a sibling. Overall energy for Aquarius, robbery. Yeah, see, the third person feels like the one who's dealing with this, that like they have been stolen by a new love interest. Adventure, walking away. Yeah. There's confusion here. You know, you said you wouldn't leave me. You said you wouldn't leave me behind. Something like that. Conflict, yeah. I do feel like there could be like petty arguments. I don't think there's serious arguments about this. I don't think the third person is really letting the other know how much they're being affected by this, but they are letting it known that they're not happy. The feeling here is the third person is like, you spend all your time with this new person, you never spend any time with me, which when you get into it, whenever you have, for close friends and stuff like that, whenever you first get into a new relationship, you are sort of consumed with that. um but honestly though, I feel like this is nothing more than the third person is struggling to adjust to the changes that are happening here. They do feel like they're being left behind, but I don't feel like that's necessarily the truth. So tell me about the situation for Aquarius. Hierophant. The Hierophant in reverse, Taurus energy. The Tower in reverse, Scorpio energy. And the Page of Swords in reverse, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So you could be the one who's feeling left out, who's feeling left behind or abandoned, or you could be the one who's in a new love relationship. Either way, this person is hoping that the relationship will fail. Or they're thinking, this relationship is just going to end. To me, it feels more like they're hoping for it. They're not saying it. Hierophant in reverse, the Tower in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse. This is someone who has an unhealthy attachment to someone else. This feels very unhealthy. They're not, even though there's this closeness here, they're not supportive of the other, which, I mean, if the third person saw something wrong in this new love interest, then I can understand, but I don't feel like that's necessarily the case here. I don't think it matters how wonderful of a person this new love interest would be. They're not going to like them because this new love interest is taking their person from them. That's the feeling. Yeah, the Devil in reverse, Seven of Pentacles, waiting on it to end. Yeah, there is a lot of bitter feelings that this third person has. But I'm telling you, the thing here, the problem here is not the one who's dealing with this. It's this third person needs to work through these issues they're having with either abandonment or rejection, or these attachment issues that they have to this person, that they need to do some inner work here is the issue. Devil in reverse, Seven of Pentacles, Page of Cups in reverse, but this is definitely showing someone who is hoping for the downfall of this relationship. Yeah. The indication here is it's just a matter of time before this relationship is over. This person is not showing any faith or hope in the relationship. I feel like they're more hoping that it will end. Yeah, there's judgment. Yeah. I'm telling you, this person's like, oh, just give it time. I feel like it doesn't matter if the new love interest is a good person or not. This is what they're hoping for. Yeah. King of Wands in reverse. I'm telling you, I'm picking up a bit of like possessiveness, or I, I don't really want to call it obsession, but it does feel a little obsessive. It feels more like possessiveness. Like, this is my person. I don't want anybody else, you know. And this does not have to be love or sexual. This can be friendships. This can be family. This is just an unhealthy attachment that someone has to someone else. And this person is not going to be happy unless the other is spending all their time with them. Like I said, I feel like I think this person has no one else to focus on. I do feel like if this person was in their own relationship, that this person may get attached to one person, and maybe let go of another and then cling on to someone else. But I do feel like if this person was to get into their own relationship, that this would lessen in regards to how they feel towards the other person. I think it's just that they have an issue. They want what this person has. So it's like if I want this kind of relationship too. And if I can't have that, then I'm going to be possessive over this person that I'm close with. It's like I'm picking up like this person feels like they're twins with the other, even if they're not. Like they want to experience the same thing as the other person is experiencing at the same time. And if they can't, they want what the other has equally. I don't know how else to explain it. Tell me about the situation for Aquarius. This needs to be addressed, though. This needs to be worked through. Friendship. There we go. Team connection network. Yeah. See, this person, because they're not in any kind of relationship, they either are telling themselves, this is going to end badly and they're going to be single, before you know it, or that's what they're hoping for. Self-love, self-concern. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. Self-healing and independence. Yeah. There is definitely like a codependency type issue here going on. This person does need to work on their healing, but this is talking about this person judging the relationship and waiting on it to end. Um, but the reason is that for their own self concern, they want this for themselves. And triumph, success, victory, achievement. See, they're not saying this to the other person. This is showing up like, I can't wait to say I told you so, because I'm for certain that this person said, well, this person isn't no good for you. They're just going to, do this, that, and the other. And it's like this third person is waiting on the moment to say, I told you so. And this may have happened in the past. The one who's dealing with this may have gotten a love situation where this person said they're no good for you, and then that happened. It seems like that could be what's happening here again. I feel like that's what's going on here. Um, but what I feel like is the one who's feeling this way doesn't really know whether the new love interest is a good person or not. They're just saying, it's going to fail because that's what they want. So tell me about the outcome for Aquarius. I don't know if the one dealing with this sees like the severity of the situation, which it's not anything like super concerning, I feel, but it is something to raise an eyebrow at in regards to the one that's dealing with this. It is a little too much. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Wands in reverse. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And the Eight of Cups in reverse. I feel like the one who's dealing with this is not walking away from this person, whoever this person is. There's just there's more distance, or there's more of a separation, but nothing is ending here. But that's how this energy is feeling. Like this is the end all be all in this situation. Like things will never be the same again. And they may be different, but that's so is life, life changes, things change. Two of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse, Eight of Cups in reverse. Death, there it is, change. Healing, Three of Swords in reverse, and Justice, balance. I mean, as far as this love interest go, this new love interest, this could be the person that the one dealing with this ends up marrying. And the thing is, and what it's trying to say here is the one who's being very possessive needs to accept that possibility. It's really saying that whoever this possessive person is needs to work on themselves and needs to let go of this strong attachment they have. It's indicating here that yes, change is happening, but the one who's dealing with this situation, they're not going anywhere. And the one who is feeling this possessiveness needs to figure out how to balance the situation out. So, um, in order to make this relationship not so freaking toxic, Death, Three of Swords in reverse, Justice, because what I feel like is if this continues, this possessive person is only going to make the relationship more difficult. As a matter of fact, they're only going to push the one who's dealing with this away if it continues. Yeah, the Ace of Wands. Things are changing. Yeah, something new has begun. King of Swords. Truth, logic. Yeah. Truth is that this third person is not taking the action to heal themselves. And the Page of Swords in reverse. It almost seems to me like this is referencing, it's talking a lot from the viewpoint of this third person energy. And it's saying there needs to be some sort of acceptance that change will and is happening. And in order to continue this close bond that this person has with the other, there needs to be some balance gained here. There needs to be work done. Someone needs to work on themselves in order to continue to maintain this closeness with the other person. And it means in a healthy way. It needs to be balanced out. Because what I see here is if this continues, um, and this person continues putting pressure on the other about what they are or are not doing for the one who has the issue here, it's just going to create distance, and it's going to affect the relationship. Tell me about the outcome for Aquarius. Libation, donation, pray, and religion. Yeah, making a choice. This is about accepting change. The person who's this third person, accepting change. Origin. What's that say? In what? Initiation, creativity, and vitality. Usually, this is like a family card for me, like the beginnings, where something began. Yeah, see, this is talking about someone needing to be honest with themselves in regards to not taking action towards their healing. This is talking about getting to the root of the matter, whether that is this person or if it's the one in a new love relationship who is recognizing what's going on here. Um, if you're the one who's recognizing what's going on with someone else, then there needs to be some truth spoken. And that is, change is going to happen, and we need to figure out a way to balance this out moving forward because the way things are now is not going to work. Or if this is about the third person, they need to do some inner work on themselves in order to balance this out. Because what I feel like, regardless of what's happening here, this third person, does not want to lose the other when it's all said and done. So even though they don't like the way things are going, they need to accept and adjust, um, or things are going to change for the worse. Yeah, see, disturbance, obscure, irritation, and supernatural. Yeah. It's saying that there needs to be balance here if this person doesn't want the other to walk away. They feel rejected or abandoned, I'm telling you. I keep picking that up. See, it says castaway. See, compromise. Compromise in order to have balance. Come up with a strategy. Learn the lesson before there is loss. Yep. Okay, so let's get the advice. Tell me about the advice for Aquarius. Eight of Swords in reverse. Six of Wands. Yeah. It's saying, I swear, I feel like this reading is for like this third person energy. But it doesn't have to be. You could be the one who has this new love interest and is recognizing this in someone else. But it is saying that honestly, there's for the third person, there's nothing to worry about here. I don't think that the one who is in this new love relationship is any less of a friend or any less, of a family member. The closeness in regards in their case, the closeness has not changed. But for the other energy, this is like they're falling into some kind of abyss because of these changes. And the one who's in this new love relationship, they may be spending more time with this new love, but their feelings in regards to the other person has not changed. And, over time, when the new wears off, there may be more balance here. But the third person is not seeing it that way. And it's because they have some kind of wound that is causing them to have difficulty in seeing that. The advice is saying everything is okay. um, there needs to be recognition that it's okay to release what is. The fact that things are changing, it's okay to release that things are not going to be this way, but it doesn't mean it's the end all be all. I'm hearing a abandonment wound, which was it's what I've been saying, correct? Um this person has a deep abandonment wound. And that's why they're struggling to see that everything's going to be okay. Because it's saying there's nothing to be trapped in your thoughts about. There needs to be recognition that it's okay to release that thing, the way things are, and that everything's going to be okay. Eight of Swords in reverse, Six of Wands, Seven of Wands. It's saying that this person is creating like their own despair. Five of Wands in reverse, Queen of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. Yeah. See, I feel like this new love interest is going to be either long term, or it's going to lead, this person's going to be around for a while. And it's saying that this third person needs to be accustomed to that, or get accustomed to that. Like, they need to figure out some kind of balance, because this is the new normal. Fighting against this third person, fighting against this is not going to ease the transition. Five of Wands in reverse, Queen of Pentacles, Four of Wands. Needing to get grounded. Yes, this person is definitely not grounded. They're very much in their head. I'm feeling a lot of air energy. So either you are the one in this energy, because I'm feeling like this could be Aquarius, or you're dealing with someone who is like this. Eight of Wands, yeah, I'm telling you, this could even be a situation where there is an engagement, because that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing marriage here. I'm seeing long term. And it's saying for the one who has a strong attachment to the other, there's work that needs to be done. And the only way that this person is going to be able to have that balance is if they accept what is happening here. Because if they can't accept it, and if they continue on with feeling this feeling of, you broke your promise to me, you're supposed to be with me 24/7, you're supposed to, that's going to just cause distance and separation. So it feels to me like it's saying, if this energy here wants to feel more included, they need to accept the balance of, it feels like this the one who's dealing with this is Tom. It feels very unhealthy to me. It feels, I don't know how else to explain it. It's like this person wants to live in the other skin. And I don't mean it. It's not in a creepy way. It's, this person has clung on to the other for, and it's because they see something in them, or, it's almost like how a child would be with a mother, or like a sibling would be. This person has been through something, is the issue, and they've found this other person to cling on to. It's almost like a security blanket, is what I feel like. But it's unhealthy. And it's saying for this person to try to find a balance so it isn't so unhealthy. But yeah, that's the advice, is saying that this person needs to work through these things in order to find a balance, in order to really, in order to be able to maintain this relationship. Tell me about the advice for Aquarius. Indulgence, interaction, joy, and friendliness. Yep. Yep. Don't fight. This is for the third person. Don't fight getting out of your thoughts, getting, no longer being trapped in your thoughts. There needs to be, seems like there needs to be some sort of communication here. It feels to me like the one who's dealing with this needs to give the other some sort of um, reassurance, but at the same time, set boundaries. And the third person needs to be willing to compromise in regards to the boundaries that's being set. Yeah. Pride, self-esteem, self-worth, and ego. There, it just keeps telling me this third person needs to work on themselves. They need to have some sort of confidence within themselves in order for them to be able to separate themselves from this other person. I'm telling you, it's like picking up like Siamese twins. Like this person wants to be in the other skin. I don't know how else to say it. Alliance, trust, honest, and compatibility. Yeah, needing to do the work. I feel like if this person was to do the work, this could be an amazing relationship, whether it's best friends, siblings, whatever it is. This could be an amazing, healthy relationship. But right now, this third person needs to do the work because right now it is unhealthy. But I do feel like if they're able to balance things out and make the compromises, and the other is willing to is going to set boundaries, this could be a beautiful relationship. Okay. Oh my goodness. Let's get the closing messages. Closing messages. I embrace opportunities for growth, knowing that self awareness leads to personal evolution. Yeah, this is talking about the third person. Consider areas where you need to grow up or take on more responsibility. What small steps can you take to move in that direction? And on the bottom, it says, I am worthy of giving and receiving love. What are the ways you show love? How do you ideally like to receive love? And the last oracle's messages for Aquarius. Separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon, and be present. You will attract love by enjoying your life as it is. Wherever you are, be all there. Yep. All right, Aquarius, that is what I have for you. If you enjoy the reading or if it resonated, please hit the like button, subscribe if you like, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.